Welcome, Zettelknauts, to another installment of my little video series. Today I'm going to be responding to an idea that was fostered in my mind when I was reading on the forums, on the zettelkasten.de forums, a plain text alternative to Scrivener's Scrivenings, well, that's a mouthful, and its ability to rearrange and order files. And I see where Runit has used IA Writer as a way to implement this. And I also know that Bruno has spent quite a bit of time and energy developing a Python script that can handle this. He has a Bruno. I've only recently looked at this script and I'm trying to figure it out, but I see that there's quite a few, how do we say, exceptions, and lots of thought in all the different nuances that can be utilized in this particular scenario. But what I want to show you today is what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about this for a couple weeks, and I'm going to try it and try to demo it. It's mostly new to me, so I'm kind of just thinking about it. And this doesn't use any keyboard maestro. It uses the archive and Marked2. And so we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's take a look at this essay that I'm writing. This is a sample of a way to use this technique. And first of all, let me show you here in the archive in the preferences. We want to be sure that we have the streaming markdown preview checked, and Marked2 as the external, one of the external editors. In this case, I only have one. So we have, I have this note. It's a note in my archive, and what I'm going to do is now I'm going to execute the streaming preview. And what we can see here is that we have the first part of the file, which is written right corresponding here. And then we have these two sections. These are two notes. This note here, how I have developed as a writer, is right in here. And so when I add a new line item here and I start typing, we see that it gets filled in just fine. So we can edit our individual files, and in the aggregate here we see in the markdown that's perfectly gets added, and that's same with this other file that has the other information. Now we can switch these files around simply by using by reordering them. And of course, if there was more files, I could move them in more, change the order more here. All that is required to make this work is a note that contains the links to the other notes in the particular format that's required by Marked2. And this is showing you here a sample of what that looks like. Now I'd like to switch gears for a moment and show you something completely different. well, not completely different, but a little bit different. I'm going to switch to another zettel here, this particular one, and I'm going to capture this zettel, just copy the title of it, and I'm going to paste it in to my note over here. And you see that the pasting is an unusual format for the link, but this is the link that the type of link that's required. And the method that I used to create that was with Keyboard Maestro, but you could easily do this with Text Expander, something in Automator. You could manually type them. They're fairly easy, nothing magical there about them. And what I want to show you now is what that has done and what that looks like in the Marked2. Okay, so we got the three files here. Let me do something else that's unique here. We can do folding. And here we've folded the text on all the different headings, so we can view them separately. And we'll show you here some of my testing that I've done and how that works. Now we can switch over here to look at what this zettel actually looks like. And let's go down here to image testing. And this is the image testing that I've been doing with this. And it shows up very nicely. This would print or be available on the web. Here's another thing that we can show some math, beautiful math, some LaTeX. We have some coding testing that I've done here, and we even have some syntax highlighting for the different programming languages. This table testing, this table, let's see, we'll come down to the table. And we can see the two tables as they correspond there. But anyways, one thing that I've really am focusing on, trying to focus on, is back here at the essay, being able to break down ideas and then rearrange them in a way that makes sense for a final presentation. But as you can see here, we can move these up and down, and they will correspond. That's what I had to demo today. A bit of a struggle with my speech impediment and being a little bit nervous and unprepared and a little scattered here, but I hope this is of some value. I'll put a link to the discussion in the zettelkasten forum in the doobie-doo below for the YouTubers. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.